Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this is a video I've been really excited for. This is a super cool ballad song, and I saw the weather today, and I was like, you know what, I have to make this video. This is probably very quickly becoming my favourite ballad song in the pass around, and it's probably my third best ballad song. By the time you're seeing this, it should be after the Seraph announcement. So yeah, after my Seraph and my Cygnus, I'd say this is probably it. I mean, this thing is really, really cool. It's surprisingly grippy. I didn't expect the squid handles to be so grippy. And obviously this is a prototype, so the handle gaps will actually be more sorted. I think closed is fine. Maybe it's on a little bit of the smaller side, at least compared to the zippy Kraken. And again, yeah, maybe it's on the small side, but I don't mind that. I actually prefer a slightly smaller closed gap. And then the open gap, I believe, has been resolved for final production run. But dude, this thing is super cool. Big shout out to Phoenix Design Ballad Song and Clone Support for one, getting this out to me, and two, making just an absolutely phenomenal product. Like, I'm gonna be trying to upload some shorts with clips because, shoot, this thing is absolutely insane. Even though it's kind of worn down a little bit. Obviously, this blade being a prototype, it's not fully polished, and so tolerances are, it's not fully like treated and whatnot. So tolerances are a little bit whack, but to be fair, I don't really care. I mean, the play's not even that bad. I've definitely had worse. And dude, I have to say, a lot of my enjoyment from this has come from the fact that it's a squid kraken reblade, and I mean the handles are stunning. Like on camera, they look pretty blue. In person, they are so much more teal, and they are just absolutely stunning. This thing's a really, really competent flipper. I really can't fault it for much stuff. I think there's a very few little criticisms I have on this so far. You know, in my couple days I've had now flipping it, I've kind of compiled my thoughts a little better. It is super nice. It is a neutral handle bias, but it's definitely grown on me. I think initially it was a little weird, but obviously that's just me and Krakens. We've always been kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, no, it's surprisingly well balanced. I thought, like, you know, personally I didn't like the buoy, but I kind of think this looks better than the V3 Tanto trainer. Just saying. And that's like, I'm not being paid to say this or like incentivized to say this or anything. Like, that's my genuine opinion. As everything on this channel is, you know, I wouldn't do stuff that's, oh, give me a good review. I wouldn't do that. It's always going to be my genuine opinion. But yeah, it is, the slight handle bias is nice, but there was also like a good hefty amount of tip weight. I was thinking maybe like add one more hole so it's like similar to the, I'm going to be comparing it to this a lot, so you'll see actually a comparison video. I was thinking maybe like it'll have slightly more V2.5-esque slotted holes, because, like, you know, they look kind of cool, and you know, I was thinking maybe it's a way to add tip weight, and also as a, oh, actually, I'm just checking, where do the holes start? I was thinking also, I was wondering if maybe there was a bit too much pivot weight, but it turns out there isn't really. And it's like, ooh, yeah, I forget how much. I do quite like this, actually. Yeah, back to the actual, the star of the show, this thing here. I was thinking, you know, maybe there's something else. I think maybe the only actual criticism I could say is maybe like, well, not constructive feedback, not criticism, but maybe like a little bit more weight, like on this edge. Like the spine has, it seems like the weight is like very much at the tip. But then again, it's not even like that crazy because it's actually pretty well distributed. Maybe have this like block here like a little thinner or something. I'm not sure. That's like kind of my only little thing in terms of weight in the blade. Obviously, that will reduce the handle bias, which one would be, you know, suiting to my preference more. But I mean, you could probably extend these holes down slightly lower whilst doing that if you wanted to keep the handle bias, because that way you remove the material and you add some more there. Just, I think it would make the blade feel a little more consistently weighted, similar to like these Kraken handles. Obviously they have, like, you know, big hole there, medium hole, and I think that's the same size hole. But yeah, this thing is super consistent. I thought it was going to be a bit weird to get used to how it flips, but nope, this thing, I mean, obviously, other than initial impressions, whoa, this thing has been super consistent, and yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm a little lost for words for this thing, especially with just how beautiful it is. It is truly a lot more pretty than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh no, I always thought the design was cool, right? I've seen this design, you know, since when it was in CAD stages, and I was like, you know, this seems pretty cool. I was like, I don't know, I wasn't super sold on it. I was like, oh, it's a buoy, it's you know, it's just a buoy kraken. I personally think the buoy krakens are kind of ugly. I'm not a buoy guy. With a couple exceptions, the LDY buoy has really been growing on me. Obviously, I like the BRS buoys. Where I was like, yeah, it's going to be fine. It'll just be meh. And I saw the Kraken V3 trainer. Obviously, I had the Arm Shark one. And it was just a really uninspiring design. It was super boring. I really like what they did to the handles with the bigger jimping. That's like the only difference. And the slightly deeper design here, because this does nothing. Squid review. This doesn't do much. But the handles are still weirdly grippy. I think it's that gloss finish. It's like, the best way I can describe it is like, it's kind of like this feels like a semi-gloss. This does feel glossy, but it doesn't feel like smooth, like, you know, like, unless your hands are like wet. I think this is pretty grippy. Like, it surprised me how grippy it was. So yeah, so far, I am really enjoying this barrel song. It is truly... Where is it playing? Over there. I don't know if you can see it, because the sun is like in my eyeballs right now. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Oh no, it's like there now. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's there. It's not going to focus. But yeah, that plane's really disrupting my video. And yeah, my eyes have been... Oh, I still can't properly see what I'm doing. But yeah, this thing, I've honestly really been enjoying it. It's super cool. So I definitely think if you guys have a Squid Industries Kraken, I definitely, when the next drop of these comes out, sadly, you know, the pre-order date is gone past. I think the close for that was 14th of August. So if you haven't got one of these already, definitely check them out on Instagram, and watch for the next drop of these, because they are going to be really cool. I'm gonna see, maybe fingers crossed. Clone support, I know you're gonna watch this. Maybe I can get my hands at least to test out a production model, because honestly, I want to see how this is with the bigger handle gaps and like a proper tune, because this is like a crazy budget Kraken. I believe they go for £100, which is like what, $120, $130, with maybe like £5 UK shipping and like £9 worldwide shipping. Don't quote me on those numbers. Go check out the website. I'll do my best to remember to link it in the description below. But yeah, I think it's super budget, and so that for, obviously, if you spend $60, or I'm not talking pounds because I understand pounds, you'll know your prices if you just check squidindustries.com. But if you go get like 2 blem handles, right, because realistically, that's all you need. 2 blem handles, and you get this blade with the TrueLink hardware. This is straight up like a legitimate Kraken. It flips almost like the Tanto Live blade. It's like having an Hourglass Kraken, right? An Hourglass Kraken is marginally cheaper, I think, than buying, you know, just a proper one and switching the blade out yourself. But this is, it's more pretty than the V3 trainer. It's definitely prettier than the V2 trainer. It flips better than the V2.5 trainer. And I kind of think it flips better than the V3 trainer as well. There's a lot more tip weight, whereas the actual one, for some reason, Squid refuse to put tip weight on their balisongs, on their trainers, I should say, that are Krakens. And I mean, this thing, it's truly mind-blowing. I can't sing its praises enough, because it's truly something that I didn't expect to enjoy this much. I mean, sound chest. Sounds like a Kraken. There's a nice subtle ring. Actually, I remember the one big thing. I mean, I don't know if you've gotten this far into the video, but I do remember the one thing that I don't know how to fix this, and this might just be a Kraken problem, but that's my only one actual negative criticism of this is it's really loud. Like, I don't have a balisong to compare it to. I mean, actually, I do. Other than the Zippy Kraken, versus the zippy one, right? That's the arm-sharp one. This has like a nice clap to it. This is also a pretty noisy ballad song. It's kind of like Prisma level of noise, you know, like it just makes a fair bit of noise. I think it is louder than the Prisma though. I'd have to do a comparison. In the review, you'll see it. You know, you'll see kind of price-wise, but not price-wise. You'll see the sound comparison and all that stuff that I have for this. But this is like, obviously this doesn't ring, so it does have that little bit helping. But then even just the, it's just a bit loud. I'm not quite sure how you fix that, but that's my little thing. And maybe obviously this is like Kraken design, right? These like side bits here. I personally like my ballad songs when they're like pretty streamlined. I like slightly harsher edges. I don't like these little wings, but they are within Squid Industries they're within Kraken design language. And also this would fit on the serif handles. But these bits get in the way, so that's also another little reason. But that's just me personally. I'm not a fan of like big extended bulgy bits around the tang. But obviously they add structural integrity, and you know, I'm not going to say get rid of them or anything because they're fine by me, to be honest. Yeah, no, this thing is super good. I definitely recommend if you can pick one up. It's a 160 pound Kraken, I think. Something like that in terms of raw materials. I don't know how much shipping costs would be, but I'm sure you can find someone that's selling kind of blemished handles or something. You find some beat up Kraken on the secondhand market or so, or even just the handles from Squid, and then one of these blades. And this thing, honestly, I think it's better than any trainer that Squid has offered for their Kraken trainers. And I think I'm just going to put it at that, because this thing is absolutely phenomenal for now. I definitely cannot wait to review it. And I mean, this video has gone on for much longer than I expected it to, but it is what it is. And yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Ask any questions about this. I'd be more than happy to. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna keep enjoying this thing, and I will definitely be putting out a review, if not some couple other videos, maybe a flip chat, maybe something. I'm really enjoying this. I'm very tempted to get one for myself. Can I financially justify it? Not right now. My car has been taking up a bit too many of my resources, annoyingly. Getting it back on the road. But yeah, no, this is truly something. I would buy one of these. If you're wondering, I would. If I wanted a trainer. It's solid, 7075. Production will be D2. This is 430. This is prototype as prototypes get. It's pretty much just proof of concept, and I'm already really loving it. So I highly, highly recommend this. You know, when it looks like this, you know, it's just a no-brainer, really. I'd love to try some rep traces and whatnot as well. See how those kind of go on, because at the moment I'm not really flipping my rep. I'd love some more reasons to flip it. But yeah, this is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't praise this enough. So definitely go show your support, go show your love on Clone Support's channel and the Phoenix Design Instagram. You know, you can follow me whilst you're out there too, although I'll be honest with you, I'm really not too bothered about Instagram followers. I mean, it helps for having, you know, reach and getting other cool partnerships, because I'm very happy to work with, you know, everyone involved here. But yeah, this is just an absolutely phenomenal ballad song. And I'm going to end the video now, because otherwise I'm just going to keep going forever. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.